This is a completely new way to play Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel. In this series, I will be spending 1000 gems per episode. I'm able to use ultra rare and super rare tickets, building a deck, and climbing up the rank ladder. Join me in the Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel Starter Series.
Hey guys, I changed the intro up a little bit because I wanted it to be a little different. Regardless, we have 1000 gems to spend. I want to get right into it. Let's go into the shop. Alright, so jumping into the shop, we're not going to be looking at the accessories, even though they're really cool. As for now, let's check out the specials. We've already got the dual pass. We still have some bundles to pick up, and obviously the Ash Blossom bundle is really good. We're gonna have 250 gems after buying this, so I think we might be able to save for next episode so that we might be able to do something else. Okay, these packs look kind of good. We're starting out with the rainbow pack. I like that. We got Red Reboot. You can only run one copy of this, and it's also a really good like hand trap. We're just looking for secret rares, ultra rares, so we can upgrade our deck. There's one. That's if we disenchant that, that's 15 gems. Okay, wait, 2 of them. Okay, Flowery. Okay, and Maxx. I actually like Maxx because I used to play that deck in real life, like back in the day. These are 2 good pickups. That's at least 20 tokens right there. But pretty much we just got another one. So we have 30 secret rare tokens. So right now we can enchant 1 new card. All right, so Blue Eyes and Zephyra. Oh, that's nice, that's nice. Break Sword's a really good card, actually. That's a super good card, but it might not be super good in our deck. Return of the Dragon, I love that card. Oh my god, so many, like everything's shiny. Phoenix Chain's a good card too. Return of the Dragon Lords is a really good card. If you're playing a dragon deck, in our deck it's not going to be good, but in a dragon deck it's super good. Okay, this looks a little better. Whoa, that's an amazing card. That's a really good card. Okay, we have Secret Village of the Spellcasters. Like, it's actually pretty good. We can run it. Gallant Granite. That's actually a pretty good card too. That's a generic like rank 4 and it adds a rock monster. It's pretty good. Finally, ultra rare. Yes. Okay, that's really good. Starry Night. So out of all these packs, we got very lucky. We got how many? Like 14, 13 secret rares and ultra rares combined. That's still good. That's still good. Also, I always keep forgetting, but we have the legacy packs. There's not really anything we need from it, but we can just open them up for fun. We can't disenchant any of these. That's why I say like these packs aren't super important, but there are still some cards in here that other players might like. Maybe it's worth opening these up because you might find a card you might want. Jinso Layered. I've never seen this card before. Pretty much this card's pretty good if you can make a rank 6. You take control of your opponent's monster and you can like tribute a card and destroy a card. Oh, yeah, I almost forgot, like always, the Duels pass. We picked this up on the first episode, so we should be claiming the rewards, because I'm pretty sure there's a lot of really good stuff here. Yeah, we got 260 gems, 54 super rares, 40 ultra rares. We can craft at least 1 card now. That's pretty good. Looking at the deck, we do have some good stuff in our extra deck, but I also see that we're still using some of the starter sets. So we're going to have to replace most of it. One of the first hand traps we can add in is Ash Blossom. We got this from the bundle deal and it's super powerful. But I really think that we need some Maxx and maybe more Ash Blossoms to help our deck out a lot. I want to add in 2 copies of this card just because it's so powerful, so let's generate 2. Also, we're going to disenchant a lot of these super rare cards that we have in our collection just so we can have more tokens. If we click on the top right, there'll be dismantle selected cards. So an easy way to dismantle what you want is just boom. You just add it in. And at the end, you just press dismantle and it dismantles all of them at once. So this is a way quicker way. So I'm going to be doing this. So these are all the cards. There's about 16. There's actually a lot that I don't want to dismantle, but I feel like we need to in order to make our deck even better. So, I mean, it's kind of hard doing this, but there we go. Got rid of a lot of cards. And then actually, now that I think about it, we're also going to do the same with the ultra rares. There's the Laval one that we pulled last episode, same with this, and I hate to do this to Red Reboot, but actually, we don't need to do it. We have 2 Astrophraphs, we only need 1. So, we'll dismantle these 3, and we'll have enough for 1 extra copy of Maxx or Ash Blossom. Both of those cards are extremely powerful. Maxx makes our deck more consistent because pretty much it always at least draws one, and if it doesn't draw one, it makes our opponent like end their turn. So we gain a lot of power from it. But Ash Blossom also negates our opponent's card effects, so they're both really good choices. So thinking it over, I think I'd rather have another copy of Ash Blossom in a deck, since Maxx is really good, but Maxx draws cards, and Maxx can end up drawing an Ash Blossom. So if I run 2, I have a higher chance of drawing an Ash Blossom, which means that I can negate my opponent if they plan on killing me that turn. And now we can add some good super rare cards into our deck. Right away, since we have so many things we can spend, I at least want 2 King Dragon Starving Venom. He's really good. So I looked through all the link monsters that are super rare, and I found 2 that are pretty good. Phoenix can pop a spell or trap by discarding one. It's pretty good. And then this guy can destroy a special summon monster in the main monster zone. So I want to add at least Phoenix. Phoenix definitely. The other guy's not as important, but I think just having him it's okay. I don't know if we'll make him a lot, but it's just good having them there for now. Later on we can take him out if we get better cards. So there is a combo that's really easy to do in Pendulum decks, and I believe it only requires like rare cards. Is you make a rank 7, you make this guy. The easiest way to do that is having Astrophraph and Dragonpit. Dragonpit can be special summoned through Harmonizing Magician, and Astrophraph's searchable usually with Electromite. So if you can get both of those monsters on the field, you can make this rank 7, and after that you link him off, or he just dies or whatever, and then you bring out the Vortex Fusion Dragon. This guy is pretty cool. He can like, bounce a card, which means you can target an opponent's monster and return it to the hand. Also, he has an effect where you can shuffle a monster that's in your extra zone, or extra deck, like a Pendulum monster, and you can negate any card, spell, trap, or monster effect. It's once per turn, but it's still really powerful. Another good card we can add in is Supreme King Dragon Clearwing. This card, you can make it with the Pendulum monsters, and when it's summoned, you just destroy all face-up monsters your opponent controls. It has a battle effect, which is kind of good. But pretty much being able to destroy our opponent's monsters is just like good because we might need it in some situations. So I just realized after doing a little research that PSY-Frame Gamma is a pretty good card. It's only a super rare. If you control no monsters, you can special summon this card from your hand, negate and destroy your opponent's monster effect, which is like really powerful, and you special summon another monster from your deck. The cool thing is that if you do this during your turn, then you can just like synchro right away with the cards that you summon. So I'm going to be adding it in just because it's a super rare. You can't just run this card by itself, you need to run its companion, which is Driver. Luckily it's just a normal, so we can add it in right away. And since we added Gamma, if it does happen that we're going to be making it turn 1, we should at least run one card that we can make with it. So we'll probably add this in just in case we make Gamma, like turn 1, we can just make this. So it'll make our pendulum plays a lot easier. And a card to take out, since our extra deck's getting really tight, which is really awesome, we can either take out one Timegazer Magician. This card's really good. It adds us a card from our deck and it protects our scales. Or we can take out Malevolent Sins. I feel like taking this out's a little better, since we're getting better cards in our extra deck, so now we can start taking out the cards that aren't as good. And ending off this, we have 2 packs we can pull from that are completely free since we generated some cards, so we'll open them up. Okay, nothing really good there. Nothing again, but that's fine. So we didn't really pull anything from those 2 packs. I'll be going over card for card. This is the final deck list that we're going to be using in this episode.
So 1 copy of PSY-Frame Driver, 2 copies of Dragonpit Magician, 2 copies of Maxx, 2 copies of PSY-Framegear Gamma, 1 copy of Timegazer Magician, 2 copies of Ash Blossom, 2 copies of Performapal Pendulum Sorcerer, 3 copies of Wisdom Eye Magician, 3 copies of Performapal Skullcrobat Joker, 2 copies of Harmonizing Magician, 1 copy of Double Iris, 1 copy of Purple Poison Magician, 1 copy of Stargazer Magician, 3 copies of Oafdragon Magician, 1 copy of Chronograph Sorcerer, 1 copy of Astrophraph Sorcerer, 1 copy of Raigeki, 3 copies of Pendulum Call, 3 copies of Duelist Alliance, 1 copy of Star Pendulumgraph, 1 copy of Red Reboot, and 3 copies of Time Pendulumgraph. That's the main deck. Going into the extra deck, we got 1 copy of Odd-Eyes Vortex Dragon, 2 copies of Supreme King Dragon Starving Dragon, excuse me, that's such a hard name to say, 1 copy of Enlightenment Paladin, 1 copy of Supreme King Dragon Clearwing, these are long names, 1 copy of number 82 Heartland Draco, 2 copies of Time-Starved Magician, 1 copy of Supreme King Dragon Dark Rebellion, 1 copy of Odd-Eyes Absolute Dragon, 1 copy of the most important card in the deck, Heavy Metal Foes Electromite, 1 copy of Nightmare Cerberus, 1 copy of Nightmare Phoenix, 1 copy of Cross Sheep, and 1 copy of Borosword, our boss.
So pretty much, the combos are, if our opponent goes first, and we happen to draw PSY-Frame Gamma, or maybe Ash Blossom, maybe Maxx, Now we can stop them. Now we can like say like to our opponent if they try to do something like, hey, I don't want you to do that. I'm going to drop this card. I'm going to stop your card from activating. It puts a lot of pressure on them because now we can like stop them on their own turn. And we can even stop them on our own turn if we happen to draw an Ash Blossom and they try to like do something. Or even a Gamma. Like if we try to search using like Pendulum Call or Duelist Alliance and we have no monsters on our field and they use like their own Ash Blossom, their own Maxx, we can just say, nah, you're not going to do that. Gamma, negate that effect, we special summon 2 monsters, and then we can like either go into a Synchro 8, which we probably shouldn't because we don't have the best Synchro 8s yet, but we can just go into like a cross sheet, which would be nice because we get 2 arrows pointing down. So when we pendulum summon, we can special summon 2 from the extra deck to those arrows. Dragonpit, we bumped it up to 2 because now we have a combo with Astrophraph, and the combo is that we make a rank 7 this guy, and when this guy leaves the field, just for like through a link summon or whatever, when he just leaves the field, we can bring out Vortex Dragon, which is like an Omni Negate. Omni Negate means it can negate spell, traps, or monster effects. The most powerful like negate in the game. Well, excuse me, one of the most powerful. Wisdom Eye is super important, like always. Harmonizing is really good now, because now we can go into like powerful synchro plays. This card can bring out Dragonpit from our deck, and now we can go into rank 7s if we have like Astrophraph in our extra deck, or even in our hand. We usually have Astrophraph on the field, let's be honest. Double Iris, still at 1, you can only run 1 copy, super powerful. We had 2 copies of this card, maybe we might bump it up to 2 later on in the future. I feel like this card's so good, but I mean, right now we'll use 1 because just having 1 copy is enough. More copies helps, but I feel like I don't want to make the deck too big. Pendulum Call is a lot better now that we have Gamma, because now we can protect Pendulum Call just in case it tries to get Ash Blossom. Same thing with Duelist Alliance, and we added in a new card, Red Reboot. If this card's in our hand and our opponent activates a trap card, we can just negate that effect by paying half our life points. Sure, half our life points is a lot, but we can activate this card in our hand, which is super important. So if we're going turn 2 and our opponent's like playing like Eldritch and they set like 20 back row, we can negate one of their traps. Hopefully like their best trap. Going into the extra deck, we got a new combo with Vortex and Absolute. Hopefully it comes up in this episode. We also added in Cross Sheep, whose scales go down. It's pretty important. A Phoenix who can pop a spell or trap, so if they have something that's really annoying, we can just destroy it. This guy can destroy a monster. He's not as good as Phoenix because we have a lot of cards that can destroy monsters, but just having him there as an option is still pretty good. And I believe we added a new Synchro, Supreme King. Destroys all face-up monsters our opponent controls. He also has an effect where if he battles, we like inflict damage. That's pretty much the new main deck, the extra deck. The deck's looking a lot stronger. We'll jump into some duels and we'll see how it goes. Alright, so I just got done with all the duels, and I think I won every single duel. So I started at bronze, and I worked all the way through silver, and now we're in gold like 4 or 5 or something. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to speed up the replays. Feel free to write a comment. Maybe I'll go more in depth about certain combos in the deck. But yeah, we'll just jump right in. As I said in the beginning, I'm just going to be speeding this through. I'm going to put it on like 2 times as fast. My voice is also going to sound like a chipmunk. It's just going to go like really fast.
There's a couple games that I did a couple misplays. I felt like I really misplayed in some games, but I feel like I wasn't punished too hard. I think this is a super basic combo. It wasn't really a combo, honestly. I just ended on Electromite. I feel like I could have did way more, and near the end of the like 10 duels, that's when I really start realizing like, hey, I can do a lot of things. And I start comboing off. That's like at the end. In the beginning, I'm like sort of getting a feel because I haven't played this deck in a while. Like, oh yeah, I can do this, I can do that. Like, I'm starting to get comfortable with the deck. And then Astrophraph is like, he shows up in like, I'm pretty sure every single duel, so does Electromite. They're really important. And then I think here I just set up my scales, I add a card from Oafdragon, and then that guy destroys himself, and I just pen like 2 or 3. I feel like Pendulum Sorcerer would be more stronger if I had another Pendulum monster in my deck besides Joker, so I'll be sure to be adding that very soon. And then yeah, just normal summon Joker from the search, and I think I felt kind of bad here because I think he didn't really have much. So I just like tried to kill him right away. I didn't try to build any negates, I didn't try to go into any cool board and show off. I just felt like this guy, like I'm in bronze, this is a bronze duel. I'm like, I'm just gonna end it as quick as I can because like, I mean, I want him to have fun, you know, I want him to play against other people on a similar skill level. I feel like this deck is like a platinum deck at best, like a platinum. And it doesn't feel right for me to take like a really good deck and like fight people who are like in bronze. So I'm just trying to get these duels over with as quick as I can. Jumping into the second duel, let me speed it up real quick. This is just a Joker opening. I have Gamma and I have Ash Blossom, so I feel really comfortable. So like, if he tries to do anything, I can just negate it. I feel like Gamma is really good in the deck when you activate your spells, like Pendulum Call or, what was it called, Duelist Alliance or something. It's really good with those cards because those spells require you to have like no monsters, so Gamma's like always active. And if they try to negate it with Ash Blossom, you just chain Gamma. As I was talking, I'm just doing a basic combo. Electromite searches Astrograph from the deck, and then I destroy Scale, and then Astrograph special summons himself, adding a card. And yeah, I don't end on a super strong board. I use Ash Blossom on that because that's gonna let him draw 2 cards. I'm like, no 2 cards. So now he's down a little bit. I think he's still really strong. Yeah, he's gonna do this, destroy my monsters. Here, I'll pause. One thing I learned later in the duels is that since that card, I believe it's like called Lightning Storm, right? Since it comes in a bundle deal, you should expect everyone to be running it. Like everyone in low ranking are probably gonna be running this card. Why? Because like, you can get it for free. Well, not free, but you can get it in a bundle deal. So it's really, really easy to access, and everybody should be running at least 1 copy. So what I should have did with my field was I summoned all my monsters in attack. I should have summoned them in defense because this card only destroys attack position. And in the later duels, like near the end, I start like learning about that, and I'm like, oh well, maybe I should summon them in defense so like Lightning Storm doesn't destroy them. Had I did that, I would have been able to like protect 2 monsters, or that Lightning Storm would have like destroyed my star traps, and I would have been okay. I'm gonna use Gamma on his monster effect. Gamma negates the effect, and it also destroys it. And I special summon 2 monsters. 2 monsters I special summon don't really matter, they're just gonna get banished, but the negate really helps. And then I realize here that his back row is not that good. He has a Jar of Greed, which is like you draw 1, but honestly that card's not really good. Call is pretty good, but I feel like there are better cards. So I realize here like, oh, this guy like, his deck's not full power. Like it's not as good as it could be. He's running like filler cards, like similar to us in like episode 1 and 2. Here, I'm just like, I don't think he has any negates, I don't think he has anything. I don't really know what his deck does. All I know is that like, I'm just gonna try to end the duel as fast as I can. So I just do the plays, Astrograph, pop Oaf, or no. Electromite pop Oaf, searches Astrograph, Astrograph specials himself, Astrograph adds Oaf, and then I think this should be enough for game. This was the first duel I made the rank 7, XYZ, and I make him a lot more in later duels once I feel more comfortable with the deck. He's really important, like, he does help a lot. So here we go, I believe this is a 3rd duel. Let me speed it up again. I used Pendulum Call right at the start. It's kind of dangerous to do that, because if it gets Ash Blossom, I'm in a bad situation. Luckily, he didn't have an Ash Blossom, or he didn't use it. I'm gonna Pendulum Summon 1, Harmonizing Magician, immediately go into a Lightning Paladin. Oh, I remember this duel. Yeah, Lightning Paladin adds a spell card from my graveyard to my hand. I felt like this was the best play. There probably was better plays, but at the time, this is what I did. Star Pendulumgraph adds me a Magician from my deck to my hand. Oafdragon adds me a card from my extra deck. I set a card, and then I set the trap. I'm just trying to, like, protect myself. And then I feel bad here again, because I realize he's not really playing, you know... He summoned this dude in attack position, Fortress Warrior. His destruction effect works even if he's face down, so I felt like this is a new player. And then, like the other games, I'm just like, okay, I'm just gonna try to end this as quick as I can, because I'm pretty sure I can kill him in 1 turn. Yeah, he surrenders because, like, I was gonna kill him anyways, but I'm glad he did, because I want him to, like, enjoy the game. I don't want him to, like, play against a super strong deck when he's, like, just starting out, you know? My opening hand's decent, I feel like. As long as I can make my pendulum skills work, my opening hand's always good. I'm playing against Tri-Brigade here, and I make a couple misplays, but at the end of the duel, I felt, like, comfortable with what I did. But I definitely learned a lot about my own deck and their own deck. So, let me speed it up. It was kind of slow, honestly. Tri-Brigades are just trying to get monsters in the graveyard so they can banish them, summon a monster. Summons that Link. It can, like, let him special summon a monster during my turn. I don't really know what's going on, I'm gonna be honest. I haven't read the Tri-Brigade yet. But, or all of them, at least. It doesn't, like, have any, like, effect to, like, stop me or destroy my cards or anything like that. So, I'm just gonna activate Pendulum Call just in case. I think I like Pendulum, like, 2 or 3. Or 2. I think I was afraid to solemn. I didn't want him to solemn me. So, I try to play it, like, safe. Oafdragon adds me the card I discarded with Pendulum Call, and then Harmonizing to get a special summon a monster from my deck. I special summon that guy, Dragonpit, because I feel like I'm gonna summon Astrograph this turn, which I, like, always do. So, I do the Electromite, pop my purple, add Astrograph special summons himself. Purple has the effect where if it's destroyed, you can, like, destroy cards, someone destroys Link, because, I mean, I feel like that's the best thing to do. I don't really know what else to destroy. And then he's gonna reduce my attack because when his Link leaves the field, he's gonna activate his trap, which is, like, you can special summon, like, as many monsters that are banished in your graveyard, and then Link summon, so he's gonna bring out his Link again. And then Astrograph does double battle damage, but I choose to not attack over the 700 because I want to destroy both his Tri-Brigade. So I'm going to attack the one that's like 1500 to defense. Excuse me. And then the Link's going to attack that guy. And then I'm going to go into the rank 7. The rank 7, I'm just going to immediately get rid of it. Here was a misplay. I forgot. So let me break this down. When the rank 7 leaves the field, he brings out Vortex Dragon. Vortex Dragon's really good. He has an effect where he can, like, negate anything once per turn, and the other effect is he can target a face-up attack position monster and return it to the hand. I messed up because I wanted to destroy this Tri-Brigade guy, so I brought out Cerberus. What I should have did was brought out Phoenix. I'm pretty sure my extra deck I run a copy of Phoenix. Yeah, I do. Phoenix destroys a spell or trap by discarding. Cerberus destroys a face-up special summon monster in the main monster zone. I thought Cerberus could destroy this guy, but even if he could, it didn't matter because Vortex could just return my opponent's monster to the hand, so I should have brought out Phoenix. It was a misplay. It didn't cost me the game, but I did misplay there. I'm gonna use Vortex, return it. If I destroyed the spell there, he wouldn't have been able to activate the spell this turn, which would have put me in a better spot. I'm gonna negate that monster's effect because I don't want him Link summoning like his like boss monster, so I'm just gonna Vortex and gate. I think he destroys it also. And then, I'm not sure if he ends or if he has more plays. His monster, oh, he has Monster Reborn. Yeah, out of all the monsters he could target for Monster Reborn, he targeted my monster. I don't understand why, he could have targeted his own, but I think he targeted mine because it has higher attack than like every other monster in the graveyard. Normally he should have targeted a Tri-Brigade, so he could just bring out his boss Link, but it doesn't matter. I don't remember what I did right there, I wasn't paying attention, but I just bring out Cross Sheep, Pendulum 4. His field's not really scary. I'm just gonna combo off Harmonizing to get a special summon from the deck. I'm gonna bring out this guy. This guy's super good. Since you can only run one Electromite, this guy can copy Electromite's effect because Electromite usually dies. And he also like gives Pierce to like everybody in the team. And I think here I set like Harmonizing as my skill. It boosts everybody attack so I can attack over his monster now. Time Magician is really powerful. If any Magician or scale gets destroyed, I can send a monster from my deck. This doesn't kill him. Maybe I could have killed him, but I didn't kill him. And then he's just going to summon a monster. It's really good. Zodiacs are like 1 card XYZ, so really, really powerful. I just use my trap, get rid of it, and that's the duel. I first show. I don't know what number this was, like 5th or 6th. And then I faced him like right after. So I thought it was really cool. I feel like I misplayed in this duel. He's going to use Ash Blossom to get my Joker, that's fine. He didn't misplay, that was like what he should have did. I feel like I'm going to have to end right here because I can't do anything. I can't set up my scales. He's going to use Alistar. I used Ash. Ash is fine. Ash negating Alistar is good. But what I feel like I misplayed on was I activated Maxx. Because I was afraid that he might have, he might be able to go into full combo, and then what he would do was tribute Alistar, go into like a Link 1, and then he like tributes a Link 1, goes into another Link 1, and then he activates Invocation in the hand. I was afraid he had another Invocation, and if he did, I probably would lose right away, so I'm like, well, if he's gonna do all that, I'm gonna activate Maxx, and I'm gonna try to draw, so like, just in case he does go full combo, I can draw a bunch. But if that was the plan, I shouldn't have used Ash Blossom. I should have just used Maxx, and let his effect go through, so then he gives me cards, and I can negate anything else. He ends his turn right away, he uses Maxx on my thing, I'm gonna use Ash Blossom on his Maxx. I don't know if I really should have did this. I feel like I was like misplaying. I feel like I could have did this better. But I negate his Maxx, so he's not drawing anything. I just summoned 1 monster. Immediately go into Joker, Electromite. And here, I feel like he could have stopped me, but he didn't. Electromite's gonna pop my scale, it's gonna add it back Astrograph, and then I'm gonna draw 1. Astrograph's gonna add me another Oath, which is a card that I pop. It's like a really simple but powerful combo. I special summon him in defense, just in case he has like that 1 Lightning Storm card that destroys all face-up attack. He top decks this card, which adds him an Alistar, so he's gonna get his whole thing going. Had I not used Ash Blossom on the Maxx, he probably would have drawn like, I don't know, I could have probably played it better. Honestly, I could have played it better, but he would have drew like at least 1 or 2. And I would have been able to negate this, which means he wouldn't be able to go into other plays. But, I mean, that's why I feel like I misplayed. He's gonna activate Invocation. I thought he was gonna go into the one that's like a light, and you get to like, I feel like he could have did a better play. He went into a Shadal, which, it's pretty powerful, Shadals are good, but Alistar, like, can go into like this light fusion, which can negate anything, which is like really, really strong. So I was kind of surprised he didn't do that. This Construct's gonna destroy my monster. I don't take any battle damage because my monster's special summon. Construct destroys like special summon monsters. I think I'm just gonna like link summon here or something. Oh yeah, no. First, Double Iris is gonna pop himself because I'm gonna use Wisdom Eye. Wisdom Eye's gonna search a monster from my deck. Then I'm gonna set my skills on Pendulum 2. Pendulum Sorcerer just to pop a card just so I can normal. More monsters on my field. I feel like it's a good plan. And then here, I bring out this guy, just a copy of Electromite, and then I'm gonna pop my Purple Poison. Since Purple Poison's destroyed, I can destroy face up. I got rid of his Construct. Construct's actually kind of hard to get rid of here, because anything special summon that attacks it just like dies. He's gonna act back in El Shadal. I'm gonna activate my skills. Wisdom Eye is so good. I feel like I activated like 3 times this turn. It's just so good. I'm gonna search a card. I'm just gonna attack over him. Oh, I killed him there. Oh, that's right. He didn't get another turn to do anything. So yeah, that was the first duel against this guy. I actually dueled him twice. In the next duel, I feel like it was more like even. It was more back and forth. So here we go. This is game 2 against Show. I feel like I need to activate my skills as quick as I can, but I'm not able to, so I just set Double Iris. I have 2 hand traps in my hand. I feel comfortable. He's gonna set a monster as well. I'm gonna attack over his monster. He's gonna activate El Shadal. Here, I could have chained Ash Blossom to negate his summon, but I wanted draws because I have like nothing. So I need to get cards in my hand so I can start doing plays. And I finally top decked the scale, so now I can start pendulum summoning if I need to. His dragon's gonna destroy my monster. His window makes it I can only special summon once. He's gonna attack over my monster. Luckily, my monster that dies searches a card from my deck. It's a trap, which is super powerful. I top deck a Wisdom Eye. Top deck means I draw from the top of my deck. Wisdom Eye's gonna destroy himself. He's gonna search a card from my deck. I search the card Dragonpit. Dragonpit destroys the Spell Trap. I'm gonna activate my trap here. He's gonna destroy all my Spell Traps. So I'm like, well, since they're gonna die, I'm just gonna get rid of his monster right away. My trap's super, super powerful. He's gonna add back that card. I know he's gonna activate it. I'm just gonna negate it. So since I don't Maxx, I'm just gonna negate it here. And I have 2 Pendulum monsters, so I'm in a pretty comfortable spot. He's gonna set a monster. I think here I just go into Electromite, because I'm like, well, I'm gonna need to make him eventually, so I'll just make him now. Electromite's gonna pop my scale. It's gonna add me Astrograph. And you'll see Astrograph comes up like every single duel. Electromite's also gonna draw me a card. I think Astrograph's gonna also add me a card. So I went plus here. I think I went like +1, +2. That means like I have more cards in my hand than before. I attack with Electromite because I feel like all his Shadals have low defense, but I mean, it didn't happen this time. This monster is, it's rather interesting. I'm gonna negate his Skullcrobat. Skullcrobat, he can send 1 Shadal card from his deck to his graveyard. I don't want him having that because he can send a Falco and then he can reset his cards, so I'm gonna negate it. Epic alone is interesting because it can't be destroyed by battle, so I'm like thinking like I have a lot of ways to get rid of it, but like I'm thinking like how am I gonna get rid of it, you know? I use Pendulum Call. He has a card in his graveyard where he can like set this card, so if I target it, he can just set it. Luckily, I don't think he does that this duel. And I do misplay. I do like really big plays. Like I summon a lot of monsters, right? Like 4 monsters, and like I'm like comboing off. I'm doing all these things. I'm summoning Absolute Dragon. I go into Borosword Dragon, which is my boss. My Link monster summons a fusion monster. Here, I use Borosword to target his monster because in my head, I thought, oh, I'm just gonna return it back to the extra deck. But I didn't read my card properly. Vortex only returns face-up attack. So since Borosword switched into defense, I kind of like screwed myself over. I could have returned it back to the extra deck. So I shouldn't have used Borosword there. I should have just used Vortex and returned it to the extra deck. And then I go into Cerberus because I'm like, well, I gotta destroy it. So Cerberus is gonna destroy it. If he activates any effect, I'll just use Vortex negate. He didn't activate anything. And I think I just attacked for game here. Borosword can attack twice, but I didn't need it. That was fun. I'm glad I got to play against this person twice because I got to like really test my deck, and I learned a lot during those 2 duels. Alright, so this is a 7th duel. My hand's really good here. I don't remember if this is a duel that like I just pop off. Like, I feel like I did everything perfectly. Let me speed it up. I always forget. Astrograph just destroys himself. Then I normal summon Joker. Since I haven't activated any Magician spell effects this turn. Oh, this isn't the duel, excuse me. I'm just gonna start setting up my skills. I think I go into Electromite. The reason I searched out Double Iris is because I'm gonna destroy him. And when I destroy him, I'm gonna... Oh, I didn't search out Astrophraph here. Huh, I feel like I did misplay. This was not the duel. I misplayed. I could've made a stronger board. But anyways, I still get a lot of cards. I'm gonna set up my Wisdom Eye. I'm gonna set up my scales. Oafdragon's gonna add me a card. And... Oh, I haven't even Pendulum this turn. I'm gonna Pendulum him. Pendulum Summon, excuse me. I'm gonna bring out the Fusion, target my card, pop my other scale. I'm gonna add Astrophraph. Astrophraph's gonna special summon himself. Here, I could've definitely... I did misplay. This duel, I misplayed really hard. I could've brought out the XYZ. I could've brought out the Fusion and Negates. I could've just had a way stronger board. Also, I didn't summon my monsters from defense, so... Lightning Storm could have destroyed him if he wanted to, but he just clears my board. He doesn't destroy, like... Or he doesn't kill me, which I'm happy about, because he could've killed me. I didn't have any defense, and he could've OTK'd me if possible. But I just reset my skills, just reset everything. Dragonpit destroys card. I realized that his back row was probably not, like, really good, because I just destroyed a card that's not that good. And I'm just gonna attack him a little bit. He's gonna activate this card. I read it, and I'm like, huh, like, what's it do? It's kind of like, when he takes damage, he special summons, and then he gets Solemn. So, I could tell right away that this guy was, like, kind of new. Because when I Pendulum summoned, he could have used Solemn, and, like, he could have used Solemn and negated my summons and destroyed them, and I would have been in a bad position. But he didn't. He saved it. When I summoned this guy, I don't even know what I summoned, a Phoenix. I was going to discard, target a Solemn, destroy it, but he ended up using a Solemn to destroy Phoenix. He shouldn't have did that, because he just lost a lot of life points. Also, I didn't discard a card. But it's okay, I misplayed too a lot. Right here I should use Raigeki to destroy his monster, but, I mean, I didn't. He's gonna summon this big guy, it's actually pretty good. I'm gonna negate his monster with Vortex, and I think he, like, tribute summons here for, like, a god card, which is kinda cool. I like seeing the god decks because I know they got a lot of support, they got a lot of new cards, which makes them stronger. He's gonna bring out this card. I feel like if he didn't use his Solemn, he could've killed me here. He could've 100% killed me, honestly. He could've used his raw effect, make it, like, 10,000 attack, and just attack me and kill me. But, I mean, that's how it goes. I'm gonna Pendulum Summon 3. I feel like I can just kill him. I just want to make sure that he doesn't have another slime monster in his hand. So I target my Vortex in the graveyard with my Fusion theme, my Venom Dragon, and so if he activates anything, I can just negate it. This duel is really nice. I'm gonna activate Harmonizing Magician, then I'm gonna use Duelist Alliance search. I think I go into Electromite. I've been learning that Electromite's so powerful that just going into him, even if you don't have any skills, is good, because Electromite's like 2 cards because he always brings out Astrophraph, because Astrophraph always usually adds you a card. Excuse me, he usually adds you a card. So now I have like a lot of cards on my field, so I feel like I'm safe from like an OTK, unless his deck's super strong and just kills me. I have one Ash Blossom just to protect me from like his combo pieces, and I'm able to set up my scales from the draw from Electromite. I got lucky. I'm able to, I feel like I do full combo here, don't I? I do Cross Sheep. Yeah, I play this really well, I'm not gonna lie. I bring out Vortex, I bring out Fusion. Cross Sheep's able to special summon a monster from my graveyard. Here I had a couple plays. I could use Heavy Metal Flow's Electromite effect to destroy this guy to get a search, or I can go into Link 4, search a card, and I could be chilling. I could be hard chilling. But I really want the trap because the trap's so powerful. I can get rid of 2 cards. So I'm like, you know, I feel like instead of making the rank 4 here, the Magician rank 4, let me see what it's called. Time Star? I want to destroy Double Iris so I can get the trap. Because the trap's just so powerful, it'll protect me. I have 1 negate and I'll have 1 trap, rather than just a rank 4 for like setup for next turn. He's gonna summon that card. I don't mind the Cross Sheep guys, honestly. I'm gonna destroy both his back row. What you should do in those situations is, well, I mean, he probably didn't know what my cards did, but you shouldn't set spell or traps until main phase 2, because I would have had a choice there when he attacked, like, should I use my trap now, or should I use it after he, like, sets spell or traps, rather than, oh, I'll just use it now, because he already committed. You should always set your spell traps main phase 2, because you want to, like, give your opponent less chances to screw you over, to, like, kill you. Alright, this is the 3rd to last duel. My opening hand's pretty good. I have a Gamma, I feel comfortable. Here, since I had Gamma, I should always, if you're playing a deck similar to this, and you have Gamma and you have like a spell card that searches, you should try to use your spell card first, because Gamma is so powerful. If he activated Ash Blossom, I can just negate it. I get 2 monsters on my field, I can combo off even harder. But I did misplay, I didn't activate Gamma. Or no, excuse me, I didn't activate Pendulum Call. I should have, because if he had an Ash Blossom, I could just stop it. But I didn't do that. I'm gonna set up my skills, I'm gonna do this, then I'm gonna go Electromite. Electromite's gonna search me a card, and then I'm gonna pop a card, Double Iris is gonna search me a card, Astrophraph's gonna special. I'm in a good situation. He uses Ash Blossom here. I can't use Gamma because I control monsters, so I should have used Pendulum Call in the beginning to, like, bait out the Ash Blossom. But it's okay. I think I'm still able to have, like, a decent board, protect myself. His Ash Blossom stops me from adding the Double Iris trap, which is, like, super powerful. I top deck the spell. I'm playing against Eldlick in this duel. Oh, that's right. I felt like, a little scared because, like, the other episode I lost, like, both times against this guy, but now I have hand traps, so I feel a little more comfortable. Even though I didn't, like, top deck the hand traps, and even though I misplayed a little bit. He's gonna destroy my monsters. Luckily I have Pendulum Call, I'm gonna use Gamma. Or, excuse me, I'm gonna use discard Gamma. I'm gonna set up my scales. He's gonna use Maxx, and this is why I like Gamma. He's gonna use Maxx because he's like, oh, this guy's just gonna Pendulum Summon like a bunch of monsters, so I'm just gonna draw from it, you know? And maybe I'll draw like more hand traps. But I'm like, nah, Gamma, negate that effect, special summon 2 monsters on my side of the field. He's gonna activate this trap, doesn't really do anything. In fact, if you're playing this deck, what is it called, Gold Eldlick, and you use this trap, you want to banish Electromite. Because since the Pendulum player can only play 1 Electromite, and they even run a Fusion monster to, like, target this card, so they can have, like, multiple Electromite, pretty much. But if you banish the 1 Electromite, that means that they have no more access to that card. They can't, even a Fusion can't even target Electromite that's banished. So here, I was a little afraid. I was like, oh man, if he targets Electromite, I might be in a really tough situation. But he targeted Gamma. I don't know why. But anyways, I negate it. I bring out my 2 monsters. I'm like, well, I'm in a good spot. I'm just gonna link into Cross Sheep. Oh, also I'm gonna use Dragonpit Destroy's last trap, because it might be something that stops my summons or like my effects or anything. He's gonna summon his last monster, and I'm like, okay, well, I feel like I'm in a good position. I feel like I can win this duel. Cross Sheep gives me 2 arrows pointing down, so I'm gonna Pendulum summon 2 monsters from my extra deck to the arrows. And then I'm gonna go into, what am I gonna go into? I go into this guy, because I read him, and in my head, I paused the duel, but it was too late. I went into this guy, but in my head, this guy's effect was make all opponent's monsters 0, and this guy gains it. And I'm like, wait, this is broken. He can just OTK. So I was like, oh, okay, I'm gonna attack, and then he's gonna be like 10,000 attack or whatever, like 7,000, 8,000, and I'm just gonna like kill him in one hit. But actually, I read it wrong. It's only one monster. But it's still good, because I'm able to attack him for 5,000. And I get rid of both his monsters. I think here I go into Absolute Dragon. And he just gives up. Because I'm going to bring out Vortex, I'm going to bounce his monster to the hand. I'm also going to be able to negate his effect during the end phase. And I also have my skills, which are protected. I'm able to do a lot of things. I'm in a good situation. But this duel is really good, because I have a really good opening hand. I'm going to activate Duelist Alliance right away. Just because if he has an Ash Blossom, I'll use Gamma, negate it. He doesn't, so I'm like, okay, well, I'll just combo off. Pendulum Summon 2, that guy's going to destroy my Double Iris. Double Iris is going to search me a card. I search for Joker, so now I have a normal summon. I can go into Electromite. I can feel really comfortable like with my plays. I'm going to search for Wisdomite just because like Wisdomite's so powerful. I'm going to use like Wisdomite a lot this duel. I actually misplayed here, I think. What I should have did was used Oafdragon's effect and added a card from my extra deck to my hand, but I think I forgot to do that. We'll see. No, I didn't. It wasn't this duel, excuse me. There's so many duels that just happened, so I forget. It's like the classic combo. Electromite's gonna destroy Scale. He's gonna search for Astrograph in my extra deck. Astrograph's gonna special summon himself. The Skullcrobat's destroyed. I get to add another copy from my deck. Electromite's gonna add me a card, or draw me a card, excuse me. Now I'm gonna bring out the Fusion guy because I'm like, well, I wanna search for another card. So I'm gonna destroy my Double Iris again. Or excuse me, I don't even think I destroyed it this entire duel. So I'm gonna destroy it. Since my Fusion guy copied my Electromite, I'm gonna be able to draw and search, and I feel really, really comfortable with this board. Wisdomite's just gonna set me a Scale. I didn't need to do that. I'm gonna negate this guy. This card, I wasn't sure what it did. I've never seen this card before, but I read it and I was like, wait, that's really powerful. Banish as many cards from your hand, field, or graveyard and special summon Blue Eyes. I mean, it doesn't seem that strong, but like, I didn't want him to like special summon like a bunch of Blue Eyes. So I was just like, I'll just negate that. Like, no, I'm not gonna let that go through. And he's gonna set a monster. Since I have the trap, I can just pop his back row, see like what he got's hiding. It was a Solemn Judgment. It was a good call to destroy that. And I feel kind of bad because I feel like his deck isn't like full power. I usually, to check my opponent, yeah, that's when I felt bad, when I destroyed his Luster Dragon, because I realized like, oh, he's playing Luster Dragon. He's probably not playing like full power deck, like the best deck he could possibly play. So his extra deck's 8 cards, and I'm just gonna end the duel. I don't think he has anything that can like really do anything. So like I wanted to have fun. I don't want him to play against the best decks. So I'm just gonna try to end this as quick as I can, so he can like play somebody who's like more of an equal skill level. And then this is the final duel. I don't even know actually I don't even think the final duel is worth showing because you'll see. But yeah, this is the final duel. This is the duel that got me into gold. I was like, oh yeah, after this duel, I'm in gold. I think I'm gonna end the episode after this one. And yeah, he just surrendered. So those are the duels. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope the video wasn't too long. I really love Yu-Gi-Oh! And if I could teach you or anybody else about Yu-Gi-Oh! That'd make me happy, because I really do love this game. I've been playing for a couple years. It's one of my favorite games of all time, and I've always wanted to like help people in this game. I want to put good content out there to help people get better at the game. If you really like the video, feel free to like or subscribe or comment. All the support really like shows a lot to me.
As always, I hope you have a great day or night. I'll catch you later. Peace.